acupuncture for infertility. What I think people know a little less about is about the herbology for infertility. So there's multiple different kinds of infertility. There's infertility related to not being able to conceive because no periods are coming. There's infertility related to not being able to maintain a conception, and then there's a miscarriage. And there's infertility related to polycystic ovary disease, which is again a lower number of period cycles. And there's many, many others. Chinese medicine has been addressing this for many, many, many years, and I've had at least 24 cases of people who have either not had their period for 1.5 years, or they've been trying to conceive for a couple of years, and they do really well, usually quite quickly, if there's no anatomic barrier. People who have anatomic barriers like endometriosis or scarring, that's something that's a little bit trickier, but provided that there are no anatomic barriers and the problems are mostly physiologic, meaning, slight hormone imbalances or something called factor V Leiden. If you have that, you know what that is. We can actually work a lot with that. My favorite way to do this is to see people, early on and manage it over time. So especially if they're younger and we're not at a critical age. By the way, this can also help with age-related infertility quite a bit. I like to try to, if there's a lot of imbalances in the system, try to clean up and out the system first. So with some herbs and some acupuncture, giving a few months or a few cycles to sort of straighten things out, and then try for the conception. That's not always possible, and actually sometimes we're in the middle of doing that and people get pregnant. I had a series of people, like 2 or 3 people who got pregnant after the 3rd visit, and we weren't even trying to have them get pregnant at that time, so it can work very, very quickly. The other way, of course, to use this is as an adjunct to IVF and the in vitro fertilization, and there are some specific protocols and some just general knowledge pieces that you can add to that. Some of those folks are less wanting to use the herbs, and that's fine. We just need to know what people want to do and or what their physician providers want to do if they're in a round of IVF. But acupuncture is very, very, very effective for inducing ovulation, and even Western medicine is recommending this a lot these days.